Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing my everyday summery makeup routine, and by everyday I don't literally mean every day, because guess what, I don't wear makeup every day. But this is the makeup that I have been gravitating towards this summer and I've absolutely been loving it. So I like to change up my routine a little bit in the summer and kind of opt for more lighter coverage. So let's crack on. To begin with, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer because it's bloody brilliant. It's really good at kind of, I wouldn't say completely sorting out my pores, but you know, it definitely helps them look less visible, which for somebody who has oily skin is basically everything I could ever need, because the size of my pores, you know, just horrendous really. Okay, so that is the primer all on. Next up, something that is very new to my collection is the Hollywood, not the Hollywood, I mean it is the Hollywood, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is really beautiful and I kind of understand the hype. Essentially, it's kind of like a liquid highlighter slash primer with a little bit of a tint to it, but it's really quite nice. So I think I've got the shade 3, which actually I don't like the colour. It's quite kind of peachy, not really my undertone, but to be honest, I can sort, you know, I can get away with it. There's not a lot of pigment to it, so you know, that's fine. Oh, bit too much there, but that's fine. I did a little bit on the chin, and I really like to put a lot in this area. And I just use it underneath my base. I like to use it more as like a primer instead of wearing it all over the face, because I don't know if you can see, but it really is, it's quite reflective. I've actually been enjoying using my fingers a lot more to apply my makeup, which is wild. I never thought that I would ever be into this sort of application technique, because I just hate getting it all on my hands, but you know, you just wash it off afterwards. But I do just find it looks better, like it just does look better. And look how nice that is. It just gives the nicest glow. And it's really subtle, like it's not in your face. It's like a candlelit glow, and it just looks beautiful. Moving on to my foundation type product, I'm going to be using the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser. Now I know I'm late to the game on this one, but I was not keen on this purely because it was a tinted moisturiser and I thought it was going to be really greasy and really awful and just wouldn't go well with my oily skin. But in actual fact, it's really kind of lightweight. It is moisturising, which, do you know what? It's kind of good, because with my skincare, I really like to use moisturisers that aren't necessarily targeted or marketed to people with oilier skin types. I really just enjoy using a thicker, more hydrating moisturiser. So this is perfect for me. Like, it's lightweight, but it still is moisturising whilst not being greasy, which is, again, everything I could ever want and need. And now I'm using my Infallible Pro Glow, L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. under the eyes. And this is quite a light coverage concealer as well, which is good, to be honest, because I have recently been taking like my foundation up underneath my eyes, which I never used to do. So usually if it's a full coverage foundation that I'm using, I won't have to even put concealer on. Yeah, there we have it with the concealer. Very nice, very lightweight, really easy to blend out as well. I really love it. Next, I'm moving on to bronzer, and unfortunately I don't really like any of the bronzers I'm using at the moment, which I know sounds really weird, but I just want to use them up before I get anything else. I just really miss the Hourglass bronzer that I was using. I actually hit pan on that and I have missed it ever since. So today I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This one I actually don't mind, to be honest. I'm not a massive fan of it. I would still recommend the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I don't know if it's to do with the fact that my compact broke, but it definitely isn't as good as, like, when I first got it. I was obsessed with it. It was really creamy and just really like the best bronzer. And then it changed, but I did also discover that Hourglass bronzer, and that just is, it's got my soul, that one. It's got my soul. Put a little bit on the nose as well. Next up, I need to do blush, don't I? Blusher is something I never forget. It's one of my favourite steps of a makeup routine. And today I'm actually going to use the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek blush in the shade Between the Sheets, because I really like it and I think it suits me. And there's loads of hair and fluff in this. And I like to put blusher on the bridge of my nose as well. I like that sort of sunburn look, so I like to take it like right here as well. Next I'm moving on to eyeshadow, and today I'm using the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset palette. I know this isn't the most popular mini palette from her, but I really like it. I really like those shades. It's just nice to travel with. It's really small and just, look, that's my hand. It's just really nice to be able to, you know, sling it in your makeup bag and it not take up tons and tons of space. But for this, I don't think I'm going to do any shimmers. So I'm literally going to pop this shade on the lid and this shade into the crease. So I'm gonna use the crease colour first, and this is the shade Guava, I believe, and this is a creamy matte colour. Okay, and that is the shade Guava. I really like it. I think it suits me well. It's just an all-round good shade. Next I'm going to take the darker matte shade that's in this palette, which is Dirty Mars, and I'm going to apply that all over the lid, I think. Okay, so that is how I'm looking at this point. So now I'm going to curl my lashes, stick some mascara on, and then I'm going to pop some lashes on as well. So I'm going to do all of those things off camera because I need to concentrate and I can't when I'm filming. Right, so I've got the lashes on. I just stuck some on the outer corners. I like to do this a lot. Usually when I've used a whole strip lash for a little while, I'll just end up cutting them in half and just using them for like outer corner lashes. To be honest, I find it a lot easier and I just think it looks better on me rather than a whole eyelash, because we don't really need a whole strip eyelash. you know, 9 times out of 10. So now that my eyes are all done, I'm going to move on to lips now. And I have been wearing this lip combination for ages now. Literally every time I do my makeup, this is the lip combination that I wear. And it's the Milani lip liner. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. It's in the shade Nude. And so I line my lips with this. Really nice creamy lip liner. And Milani is drugstore as well, so not super expensive. But the lip gloss that I've been wearing is the Natasha Denona Lipophoria in the shade Duochrome Coral. And look how stunning that is. Like, it's so beautiful and really feels very smooth on the lips. I was going to say on the skin. It's not sticky at all. It almost feels like a lip balm kind of, but still a gloss. It's just so good. So everyone, this is the finished result. Like I said, I've been wearing this kind of style of makeup non-stop. I feel very like TikTok. It's very 2021 makeup, isn't it? Because we've kind of moved out of the whole full coverage kind of makeup and into, you know, tinted moisturizers and kind of glowy skin. So if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing if you like all things makeup. And with that being said, I'll see you in my next video.